Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. The early bird gets the worm. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. You know, I've always told my kids that old sayings are old because they're true and they stand the test of time. And one of my favorites, time is money. Now that's what this video is about. You're going to see something in this video that's going to save you time, save you money, just make your life easier. Let's get started. Hey, before we get started, I do have a request. A great percentage of the viewers on our channel are not subscribed. If you enjoy this type of content, kind of the outdoor tractor world, we'd love to have you part of the Tractors in Life family. We'd love a thumbs up when you're watching our videos, but we really would appreciate it if you join the family and subscribe. If you think this content may be of interest to anyone else, we'd love for you to share it. We're trying to grow the channel as much as we possibly can. We are so grateful for the growth that we have. We've been blessed, we really have, and we thank you for that. Somebody's got to help me to understand why every tractor owner doesn't have this. This is a quick hitch. This is called an iMatch. I'm really excited because we've got a company, a new sponsor to the channel, that is going to send me a quick hitch that's half, I think it's less than half the price of this quick hitch. This just makes your life so simple. I see guys, you know, out there fooling with their 3-point hitch and swapping out attachments, and these days, almost all attachments are quick hitch compatible. This is so simple. You basically back up to the attachment, raise the 3-point from in your tractor, and off you go, and you're locked in. Again, it really amazes me that everybody doesn't have one of these. It's one of my favorite attachments on this tractor, I'll tell you. It really makes my life simple. Hydraulic fluid is clear. And when you get old and decrepit like me, your eyes aren't what they used to be. And if you go to check your hydraulic fluid and you pull the dipstick out, sometimes it's hard to see. Well, this is mine. You see this red tint on my hydraulic fluid? That's because I use this. This is marketed as John Deere, but there's some off-brands available too. And you just add it into your sump, and it's just so much easier to read your hydraulic fluid. So this is a packet of orange snowplow stakes. I think those of us up north of the Mason-Dixon line, a lot of us use these to delineate our driveways and parking lots. Well, if you've ever tried to pound one of those things in, it's difficult. It kind of goes all over the place. Well, I use this. This is a piece of metal pipe, and I cut it so that the stake, before I pound it in, is about 12 inches above the ground. Put the stake through the pipe, and it allows you to pound it in. It's simple, it's cheap, I'll have it forever, and it just makes the installation of snowplow stakes really, really easy. All right, so this is no major revelation, but as far as saving time, making my life easier, all of these battery-powered tools. I've got a circular saw, I've got a Sawzall, a grinder, couple drills, impact, light, heat gun, and so on and so forth, a multi-tool. And I've also got these Eagle batteries stored here as well. That's for my Eagle string trimmer and my Eagle blower. Yeah, by the way, this is the Eagle trimmer. It's the 56V model. And as I said, it's just wonderful. I'll tell you one of the best things about it. You know, we all hate having to put line on trimmers. This is really cool. You basically cut off 12 feet of line, and you feed it in this little hole right here. You press this button, and it automatically feeds the line in. It's wonderful. It really is. You know, batteries are just, they've really gotten to the point now where, I mean, I replaced my 2-cycle trimmer for the Eagle battery. We've got a lot of trimming to do here on the property, and it never lets me down. What it also has done, and not necessarily made obsolete, but my compressor. I had a little pancake compressor, but I upgraded because I now have a plasma cutter and I needed a bigger compressor. But right now, other than filling tires, there's not a whole lot that I use this compressor for anymore. But when I do need it, one thing that does make my life a lot easier is this reel. the hose reel. Everything's stored neatly. I can pull it out the full length of the barn, no issue at all. I can pull it outside to fill tires. This has been a great investment. Hey, and speaking of stuff on a reel, right up here over my head, I've got the electric cord reel. I put that in a few months ago. I've used it several times, and again, it reaches the full length of the barn in either direction. No more extension cords. I've got a whole huge box of extension cords. I'm sure you guys do. This replaces basically, I very seldom have to look for an extension cord anymore. This has been a really, really good investment for me. Now the other thing is right here, these pallet racks. I got these pallet racks when we built the barn. And as you'll see by these videos, that I use them all the time. I store some of my attachments on them. You can see the rototiller and the pallet forks. And then over here, I've got the soil pulverizer, the grapple, and the box blade is on the tractor right now, but normally it lives right here. And it just makes things so much simpler. You know, previous to this, I had pallets. Before we built the barn, I just had a little Amish shed, and I had pallets outside with the attachments on, getting weathered on, not to mention all the grass that grows on, constantly having to trim them. It's just been wonderful. I got them on Marketplace, and they were not a lot of money. I highly, highly recommend pallet racks for your barn or your garage. So again, here's an item that you're going to see coming up in the videos. And what this is a blade sharpener. It's kind of like a jig for your grinder. And I use this every year to sharpen my mower blades. You know, it just does a better job than if I'm doing it on the wheel grinder or the handheld grinder. Holds the blade at exactly the perfect angle. I got it from Amazon. I think it was about $60. And I use it every year. I will put the link in the description. Makes sharpening the blades easier and quicker too, because time is money. You know, as far as saving money, one thing that's really helpful to do is to make one purchase and not have to rebuy it. So it's to make the proper purchase first. I didn't do that with this item. This particular product, this is a hand pump, leaks all over the place. Tell you what, don't take my word for it. Go on YouTube and search this Caddy, and you'll find a dozen videos of guys showing how to repair this pump.
Now, when you take this apart, there's no need to take the pump apart. You'll see in a second. Just lift take the handle off, keep it flat, and then just lift this cover off. The first time
This is the 32-gallon diesel transfer tank. Now, you've seen it on the channel before. Matter of fact, recently, just in the last video as I was filling the tractor, I've got diesel in here. These two leads hook up to the 12-volt system on your tractor, and you've got a really high-quality nozzle, which has the automatic on and off, just like at the gas station. Makes it so simple. So I transfer from the 5-gallon containers into here, and then what I also do is I put my diesel treatment in all at one time when I fill up this tank. I'm going to put the link in the description for this. Of all the items that I'm going to show you here in the barn, just looking around thinking really quickly, I think this is my best purchase. I really, really do. So I've told you how I am using the diesel transfer tank. Well, in order to get the fuel from the 5-gallon containers, I use this. This is an electric transfer pump. It's got suction and return. And so all I do is I set the 5-gallon container down, one end going into it, one end into the diesel transfer tank, and it's just so much easier. It really is. And this thing is fast too. Again, I'll put the link in the description. So this is an item you actually saw me using on the channel. I put the tractor away. I did not hook the trickle charger up, and I left the beacon light on. So I came out the next time to plow and the battery was dead. This is a jump starter. I know there's a lot of different ones out there. I don't know how the other ones work. I really can't tell you. This is called a top done. And you can get rid of all those jumper cables and having to pull another vehicle up. I mean, this is just so simple. I mean, it really is. You can see there's a hook here. I leave it hanging, and it's always plugged in, so it's charged and ready to go. So as you may recall from that video, all I do is hook it up to the battery, push the boost button, and the tractor starts. This is really, really cool. It really is. I love this thing. So this is Soapstone. If you're welding and you need to mark a piece of metal, this works great because it won't get burned out. Now this particular set even has a little holder in it where you can feed a brand new piece in and mark your metal that way. Really handy to have. It's simple, and again, it will stay there while you're welding. Soapstone, again, I'll put the link in the description. So here's an item that you're gonna see in use very, very soon. Yeah, and that's fluid film. What I do after I clean my mower deck, sometimes I'll paint it, sometimes I won't. This year I'm going to be painting it. I will coat it with fluid film. And what I have found, cleaning the deck off the following year is so much easier. I mean, it really is. 1 to 2 cans is enough to do a standard mower deck. And again, it'll just make your life easier and simpler at the end of the season when you go to clean the deck. So yeah, I highly recommend fluid film. And I've tried a couple different brands. This works great. So kind of along those same lines is SnowJet. I've used this product for years. What you do is spray it on your bucket, spray it on your plow, spray it in your snowblower to keep the snow from clogging up on your bucket or your plow. It helps the snow to shed. Not a lot of money, and it's well worth the minor expense because it just helps to shed snow just wonderfully. So this is Camphor, and these little cubes, you unwrap it, put it in your toolbox, and what it will do is to keep your tools from rusting. You know, my barn's not insulated, so I am going through you know, some rusting with the tools. And also desiccants. You've all seen these in the store. Putting these in your toolbox also will help with your tools rusting. The nice thing about these is they're actually reusable, rechargeable. You put them in the microwave, explains the process right on the back of the bag, then you can keep using them. This will really help, along with the camphor, in keeping your tools from rusting. So this is an item that you're not gonna use a lot, but when you do, it's really nice to have. So you've got a stuck pin or bolt you clamp on with the vice grips, and it's like a slide hammer. You know, again, are you gonna use it every time? No, you're not, but it's really, really convenient when you need it. So this next item, I've got to take you back in time to show you. And it's the watering system that we use on our garden. All right, so this is what I'm using for the watering system. And you can see it's got a little spike. So what I've done is I put a T-post in here. I'll zip tie it right to the T-post. So this head is like a shower. It's supposed to do, I think, a 20-foot diameter. So now we're going to take a short piece of hose from here to here. It's the shortest hose I could find. Worked out pretty good. Been through a couple different iterations of watering the garden. This is really simple. So it's these 2 upright sprinkler heads. The pattern is adjustable. I have it hooked to just a standard garden hose. And our garden, forgive me, I don't remember the dimensions, it's good size. And these 2 heads cover the entire garden. They're basically semi-permanently mounted in the garden. I put them in with a T-post on each one just to keep them stable. And then I do pull them out at the end of the year when I'm gonna till the garden. But this is by far the best watering system that we've ever had in the garden. So this is called Big Thumb. You know, sometimes you're using a Sharpie or what have you to trace out a hole that you're gonna drill and the end of it just doesn't go down far enough. We'll take a look at that. That's kind of like a needle marker. It's probably, I don't know, a little over an inch, and just makes that process a little bit easier. I swear I'm gonna keep talking about this next item until everybody owns one. So this is my DeWalt battery-powered grease gun. Now that's not the item I was talking about, but it is a fantastic item. Rather, it's this item right here, which is the Lock and Lube. And it's extremely simple to use. All you do is open it up, put it on the Zerk fitting, let it release, and you're locked on. Some of the Zerk fittings on a tractor can be kind of difficult to get to. As an example, on my tractor, there are grease fittings on each end of the drive shaft, and at least in my tractor, it's a little difficult to get to. This is nice to be able to pull the lock and lube up, lock it on, and then operate the grease gun, whether it's electric or manual, although I love the electric. You know, it's not cheap, but I bought it one time years ago, and I'll have it for many, many years to come. Just makes grease in the tractor or anything else just an absolute breeze. So this is really cool. This is for the end of your pressure washer. Again, link in the description. More's better, right? So this is a seemingly minor item, but it could prove to be major. This is my generator right at my feet, and obviously if the power goes out, I've got to come out here and be able to get this going, and I just put these push lights right here, and will give me enough light to be able to get this going. Again, simple, not earth-shattering, but can make your life easier. Rather than guessing, this has been just an absolute lifesaver for me. These are all different size screws, so you need to replace a bolt, I should say. This helps you do that. Pick out the right one, the right thread pattern. This is made by Nitra. It's industrial grade, and it has standard and metric. So when you go to replace a bolt and you don't have the old bolt anymore, this helps you an awful lot. Time is money. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope some of this was of benefit to you. I would have a request. I would ask that you put in your comments some other items that you may use, kind of your cheat codes or your hacks, things that make your life easier. That'd be great. Then we can share it on the channel. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time on Tractors in Life. God bless you all.